All right. So, Nick, for many federal student loan borrowers, repayments are set to resume in just a few days. Um, in what you guys surveyed, does it seem like the average borrower is ready to take on this monthly expense, and are they aware of, how much they owe, who they're paying? Are they prepared for what's to come in the next few days?
Yeah, what our survey found over at CNET Money is that 43% of borrowers are not sure if they're eligible for an income-driven repayment plan or an IDR plan. The Biden administration announced a new form of the IDR plan. It's called SAVE, Saving on a Valuable Education. That was formally rolled out in August, officially rolled out with a press release. And it's a really good plan. And so for a lot of borrowers, they're going to see a lower student loan monthly payment. Also for borrowers who are grappling with a lot of interest, some of that interest is actually going to be subsidized every month, rewarding good behavior as long as you're paying on time. But in order to get those benefits, you have to actually be signed up for the program, as would make sense in order to glean those benefits. And we find that a lot of borrowers are just kind of tired. They're fatigued of student loan news, right? We had the $10,000 flat forgiveness in the headlines for a while, and then that got shut down by the Supreme Court. We've had so many pauses and things like that. And so many student loan borrowers are just fatigued of hearing about it in the news when, in fact, now's the time to lean in, particularly, as you said, October 1st, repayments will resume. And so many borrowers are going to need to work that debt into their monthly budgets.
And how can borrowers find out if they qualify for the SAVE program?
They can sign up for SAVE at studentaid.gov/save. That is going to be kind of your one-stop shop for everything you need to know. I personally have a student loan. I was able to sign up for the SAVE plan online. It connected directly with my past tax return in order to verify my income and my salary. And then I was able to get my new payment as a result of that. So it's really straightforward. It can all be done online. What's contributing to a lot of confusion right now, I think, is that ultimately most borrowers haven't had to make a payment in over 3 years, right? It's just it's been quite a long time. The last time we made a payment was March 2020 before this all got paused. And so in terms of whether your student loan debt has been sold to another lender or whether your income has changed, which is true for a lot of people, that's going to impact how you're actually going to be paying back this debt and get yourself ready. So I think just being aware of, that we're getting back into the picture, what your options are when it comes to your student loan repayment. It's something that's important for a lot of Americans right now.
All right. And, whether it's confusion, fatigue, just general apathy about, getting ready to start paying, not knowing what you owe or who you're paying really opens the door to scammers. What should borrowers be aware of when it comes to scams?
What we've seen with student loan scams is that they are surging dramatically. In the month of September, we had a 2-week period where, according to monitoring company Transaction Network Services, there were 350,000 student loan repayment robocalls in a 2-week period. That is a very sudden spike. And these scammers are really trying to prey on the confusion that a lot of borrowers are experiencing right now because you're coming off of the pause. You've got this new save plan, which is it's very good. It's very sexy. It's very exciting, but it's also new. It requires signing back up for it. And then for some people, they're also getting communication because their debt has been sold from one lender to another. And so we've got this rise of robocalls posing either as the US Department of Education or posing as the lender and taking a gamble that the lender they say they are is the lender you've been getting communication from this month if your student loan was sold or was repurposed in some way. And so we're just seeing a really big lift in that. Again, the way you'll sign up for the SAVE plan is to go to studentaid.gov or to go directly to the website of your student loan provider. The instructions are really, really clear. Literally millions of people are resuming their payments starting next month. So the communication is really clear across the board, but just be wary, be a good reminder of scam hygiene. If someone's asking for financial information over the phone, then that's probably a red flag, hang up and go corroborate that online. But that's something that we're seeing a lot of right now and something that consumers should be really wary of amidst all this chaos and confusion is that there has been a rise in scam robocalls specifically related to student loan repayment.
And if you're a procrastinator and you've just been waiting, how can you, where should you go to check who your lender is to make sure that you are in fact setting up payments with the correct institution?
You should be getting communication from that particular lender. If they have your loan information on file, they're going to be contacting you regarding that. You can also go to the U.S. Department of Education's website, and by entering your social security number, some other personal information, you're going to be able to look up who is the lender that is servicing your loan. And this is specifically for federal student loans, so they will have that database in check, and you'll be able to find whoever that servicer is, and then go to them from there. The other good thing about the SAVE program is that you can sign up for it whenever you want. You won't start getting the benefits of it until you're signed up, which is why we're really encouraging people to sign up now, because for most Americans, it will cut your payment in half, which, it won't cut your loan in half. Important distinction there, some wishful thinking, but it will cut your payment in half, your required payment. And for some people, that liquidity is going to be really, really helpful right now. But the good news is that it's not, you're not going to miss the ship if you don't get signed up in the next couple of weeks. It's just a rolling sign up. So as soon as you're ready, you can sign up for it. You'll get your new payment calculated and any of their perks, and then it'll go into effect on your next loan payment.
Perfect. Nick, any other advice for borrowers as we, gear up for having another huge monthly expense, especially as we head towards the holidays?
Yeah, yeah. I would want to emphasize with the SAVE plan, in my opinion, the crown jewel of the SAVE plan is that, if you're making your minimum monthly payment, your IDR recommended payment, and you are someone who has a lot of interest accruing on your loans. Previously, you had these horror stories of if people were paying the minimums on their loans, well, the interest was outstripping the monthly payment. And so even though they were paying on time, their loan was just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. This new SAVE plan is actually going to subsidize any excess interest. So as long as you're making that payment and you're making it on time, whatever your designated payment is, if the interest accrual was more than that payment, that remaining interest is actually going to be waived. It's going to be forgiven for that month. So your loan will never get bigger. And I think that's an important distinction, particularly for younger borrowers who might be on the lower end of their earning potential, but on the higher end of their debt balance. They just got out of school. That can really be a game changer. And so I encourage borrowers to learn about the SAVE plan and get signed up for that, because that literally is a small government subsidy. It's free money, truly, and that doesn't happen very often in our lives. And so go take advantage of that and get signed up so that if you're in that situation, you can get the benefits of that perk.